And we are back. Hello everyone, welcome back to 5 Minutes Code channel where I will be explaining the solution of every problem of lead code and Geeks for Geeks within less than 5 minutes. So without wasting time, let's get started. Today's problem is search in a sorted matrix which is marked as a medium level problem. Let's find out what we will be given into this problem and what we have to do. So basically we will be given one matrix basically in a 2D array of integer types and its name will be mat, and also one variable of integer type x, and let's say what we have to do. So basically this matrix which we are given, the 2D array, is a sorted matrix. What does this mean? This means that the first element of ith row is greater than last element of I minus 1th row. Basically means suppose if at any row the last element is 9, so in the next row first element will be greater than the last element. First element of one row will be greater than the last element of previous row. Okay, all right. So like 14, and the previous row is this 159 and its last element 9. So 14 is greater than 9 and all the elements are sorted. So basically if I will write in any matrix in this way, so you can see it is simply 1, 5, 9, 14, 20, 21, 30, 34, 43. So it's a sorted. All the elements are sorted. Okay. Similarly, you can see this 1, 5, 9, 11, then 14, 20, 21, 26, 30, 34, 43, 50. Okay. All right. So all are sorted in this way. So basically, if you have solved the last 2 days problems, POTD, so there we can see that uh, the elements are not sorted in between them. Let's say first this row is sorted, this row is sorted, but on combining those two rows, it is not sorted. But here the case is कि all the elements, if we put them in one array, they will be in sorted order. So this is the difference between this problem and the previous problems. So now what we have to do. So basically we are given this variable x is equal to 14. I have to check whether this x is present in this matrix or not. If x is present, simply return true. If x is not present, simply return false. So very simple, I will say it is. Now the question is, how are we going to solve it? First solution is very simple. First of all, what I will do, I will simply start a loop, nested loop, and iterate over each element of matrix. And check if it is present or not. If any element is equal to x or not. If at any point I get an element which is equal to x, I will simply return true. And if I've traversed all the elements and I have not got x, I will simply return false. Very simple, isn't it? But the time complexity for it will be big O of m into n. And you will also see one thing, this solution will also work if we are given any random 2D matrix, any element without sorting, and then if we use this approach iterate over each element to check if it is equal to x or not, it will work. So if we take this approach, we are not utilizing the property which we are given, that the matrix is a sorted matrix. So we should utilize it, and to try to make our solution more optimal and to reach to that, one thing which we can see here is very simple. Key This is my starting element, this is my ending element, and at any point we can see that whole array is sorted. So we can apply binary search. On the elements of this matrix. So basically we all know how to apply binary search on 1D matrix. But here it is a sorted 2D matrix. 1D matrix, basically 1D array, and here it is 2D array or matrix. So how can we apply binary search on that? Look, it's very simple. What we will do, first element, let's say beginning, will be pointing to 0. Okay, end will be pointing to what? End will be pointing to the last element. Okay, last element is what? Number of rows into number of columns, -1. So 3 into 3, 9, -1, 8. Okay, so end is equal to 8. So if you will see, beginning is equal to 0, end is equal to 8. This is my beginning, this is my end. And now what I will do, I will calculate our mid. So mid will be what? Mid will be 4, of course. Mid will be equal to 4. Now we have to check what element this 4 is representing. So how we can check that? Look, if mid is equal to 4, I want to get what row it is and what column it is. Mid 4 equal to 4 means what row it is and what column it is. If I can get both, if I can get the row, if I can get the column, I will simply check that if matrix of given row and column is equal to C is equal to X. If yes, simply return true. Otherwise, move to left or move to right. I hope this point will be very clear to you. So R and C, how are we going to find out? R will be equal to mid divide by 4. Basically means ki what mid I have got, and sorry, not 4, total number of rows, that is 3. Total number of rows is 3. Okay, all right. And after that, what will be the number of columns? That will be equal to mid modulus 3. Mid modulus 3. Okay, so this is very ideal thing solution, and it's very used in many other problems as well to find out the row and column number. Okay, if we are given the mid, if we are given any number, so mid divide by 3 will give me row, column divide by 3 modulus 3, mid divide by 3 will give me row, and mid modulus 3 will give me the column. So if mid equal to 4, both will be 1. Like R will be also equal to 1 and C will be also equal to 1. Okay, all right. Now for now it's correct. So now my mid is 20. Mid is 20 because row is 1, column is 1, it is pointing to 20. So I will check X is equal to 14. I have to check 14 and my mid is 20. I have to check 14 and my mid is 20. So where will my element present? Where will my element be present? Either in the left side or in the right side. Look, so in the right side, if my mid is 20 and in the right side all elements are greater than 20, all elements are greater than 20, so what's the let's say percentage probability to find X equal to 14 in the right side? That is 0, because all elements are greater than 14, and now currently I'm 20, so it will be 21, 22, 33, anything, so 14 will not be found there. But if I move to left, all the elements are less than 20 and 14 will be, if it is present, it will be in the left side only. So for that case, what I will do, I have to move to left, and whenever I have to move to left, we have to decrease the limit, and to decrease the limit, what we do? Very simple it is. Ind is equal to mid minus 1. Okay, end is equal to mid minus 1. So basically now end is pointing to this. Okay, 14. So now again what, now end will be what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, end will be 3. End will be 3 now. Okay, all right. So again we will calculate the mid. Again we will calculate the mid. Mid will be at this point 1. This 5. Okay, all right. Again I will check if mid. So now mid is equal to this. Mid will be equal to what? 1. Mid will be equal to 1. So now I will check what row it is pointing and what column it is pointing. So if mid is equal to 1, mid divided by 3 is what? 0. Mid divided by 3 is what? 0. So 0th row is there, and mid modulus 3 is what? 1. So one column is there. 0 row first column. 0 row first column, and that is 5. So I will check if it is my x is equal to 5. No. If my x is greater than 5, yes. If x is greater than 5, what I will do? I will simply move to the right direction. I will move to the right direction. So now my beginning will be 9, and will be 14, and in this way this process will keep on going until we get our solution, until we get our output key if X is present or not. I hope this will be, the solution will be very clear to you, crystal clear to you, the approach. And if yes, please don't forget to subscribe the channel and like the video as well. And now let's move on to the code section for it. Okay guys, I want to let's say really make this solutions better. So if you have any type of feedback, please share in the comments. Either it's good or it's bad, it will really motivate me as well. Okay, all right. So now what I will do, simply n is equal to mat dot length, m is equal to mat 0 dot length, and now beginning will be what? If, as I told, beginning will be always 0, and will be what? And will be the last total number of elements. So if you know, we will treat this array, we will treat this 2D array as 1D array. We will treat this 2D array as 1D array, and starting will be 0 and ending will be the last element index. So it will be something like n into m minus 1. Okay, this is the last element. Okay, all right. So now it's very simple. Same binary search code. Beginning is less than equal to end. We will continue this loop. First of all, I will calculate the mid. Mid will be equal to beginning plus end divided by 2. Now as I told, I will try to find out the row and column represented by this mid, because look, this mid is the index, this mid is the index. 0, 8, which index it is pointing? 4. But 4 is not in the matrix. 4 is not in the matrix. I have to divide it into the row number and column number. Okay, all right. So let's say int r number will be equal to what? Row number will be equal to what? Mid divide by um, m. Mid divide by m. Okay. Column number will be what? Mid modulus n. Okay, mid modulus n. All right. So this is our column number, and sorry, it will be m only. So this is what my m is there, row number and column number. Now I will check if my matrix of row number after that c number is equal to x, basically simply return true, otherwise what I will do, I will check if I have to move to left or I have to move to right. So if is my x is my which element I have to find is greater than, if my element which I have to find is let's say greater than x, so it will be of course present in the right side. To move to right side, what I will do, I will simply do beginning is equal to mid plus 1, and otherwise here I will simply do end is equal to mid minus 1, basically means the x will be present on the left side of our matrix. Okay, all right. And after that, coming out of this loop here, here simply return false, means ki if we have come out of this while loop, it means this x is not present, and I will simply return false. All right, let's try to submit this, then I hope it will get accepted. And guys, this code you will get on my GitHub. Make sure you start that repo as well, and it's compiling correctly. Let's try to submit this, and please subscribe the channel, like the video, and download this Chrome extension, which is absolutely safe and free. And I'm going to see you again tomorrow. Till then, keep on coding, and it's getting accepted, and bye.